Pokemon TCG is at its peak popularity right now. If you want to jump into this hobby, whether as a casual collector or looking to start selling cards, you need to stay ahead of the game to secure even a single pack. Otherwise, you'll have to pay ridiculous prices set by dozens of scalpers or poke investors. But what if I told you that there was a cheaper alternative way to get cards to collect? With the latest released English set selling out like toilet paper during 2020 and shockingly above MSRP, pre-ordering for the upcoming releases or getting the Japanese version seems to be the way to go. So how easy is it to order directly from the Japanese Pokemon Center website, which only ships within Japan? What's the difference between proxy services and package forwarding? First of all, why did I even consider this? The upcoming English set, Prismatic Evolutions, had pre-orders that kept selling out in minutes after each release wave. If you don't have an access to a Discord server that pings you the moment pre-orders are up, or if you just went to grab a quick bite and left your computer, you're out of luck. This was 2 months ahead of release, and the hype for this set has been over the top because it contains special illustration rares for every single evolution. Scalpers are going insane by buying cases and cases of stock to hoard, and this hasn't even hit the market yet. The Japanese equivalent set, Terastal Festival, comes out a month earlier and basically contains the exact same set, but is only offered as a special booster box for pre-ordering. The boxes are also super affordable considering you get 100 cards per box at roughly $36 USD, whereas the English sets at best value is to buy the 360 cards at $150 per box. There's also less competition to buy up Japanese cards, which is really only an issue if you're looking to resell singles. As a casual collector, I'm perfectly okay to have cards in different languages as long as I can get my favorite Pokemon to put in my binders. I first tried out proxy services to help me order the items off of the Japanese Pokemon Center. I'm pretty familiar with using proxy services to help me shop for Japanese goods that don't ship outside of Japan, but most of it was for clothing. Sites like Buyee, World Shopping, White Rabbit Express. All you need to do is just submit the webpage of the item you want, the quantity, and any additional details if there's a choice of variation. They'll go over your list and manually check each item before giving you a quote of the order. Once you submit payment, they'll go order the items off of the site and have it shipped to their warehouse. After it arrives in the warehouse, you can then ask them to check over the items, for an additional fee of course, or just send it over to your address. You can even buy things from different sites and ask them to bundle it all up in one package. Each proxy service can hold your items for around a month or more before they start charging you a storage fee, so you don't need to buy everything all at once. I put my pre-order request in for 2 Terastal Festival boxes and waited for the site to verify my order. That took roughly around 1 day. Once it was okay, I paid for the order so that they could purchase the items. I've only ordered things that were in stock in the past, so this process was fairly new to me. But this is where all things go wrong. I got an email saying they were unable to purchase the boxes due to the limit allowed. This was weird because the limit was 5 per person and I was definitely under this limit. I tried a different site and they refused the order during the verifying phase. I was already panicking at this point, like what if all the boxes get sold before I can even place my pre-order? There were still a couple of weeks left for the pre-orders, but with every passing moment I got more anxious. It wasn't until the 3rd proxy site that I got hit with a rejection message telling me everything I needed to know. The site was unable to purchase my boxes as they reached the limit allowed. And then everything clicked. There must have been dozens of others who also tried to pre-order these boxes, but the site could only take in the first 5 boxes. I could be the one lucky person who bought all 5 in one go, or a couple who bought 1 each. It was clear that any proxy site would be unable to fulfill my request at this point. So what can I do now? I can try asking a friend who lives in Japan to help me pre-order, but I didn't really want to bother them in case they needed to be at home to pick up the package or do something extra aside from just putting the order in. Finding a third-party individual who could act as my proxy can be another solution, as that was actually the go-to method to buy goods outside of your country before proxy services became a thing. However, they usually charge a higher fee than companies, and I can't really guarantee their reliability if I've never worked with them before. Finding someone within such a short time was also quite a challenge. And then it hit me. There was one other method I could use: package forwarding. The difference between proxy service and package forwarding is that proxy services do the ordering for you and you pay them back for the services. Package forwarding requires you to purchase the items directly on the site, but set the address as their warehouse as it's located somewhere in Japan. Some proxy services were originally package forwarders. Buyee is by the same people as Tenso. White Rabbit Express has a sister site called Blackship. I prefer not to use package forwarding for a couple of reasons. Shipping can be much pricier than proxies. proxies. You don't really know how much the shipping costs are until it arrives at their warehouse. I mean, it's the same issue for proxies, but I just find the additional costs are usually just higher. One such cost is charging you every day they hold the package. Insane, I know, but their space is valuable and they want to get things in and out ASAP. And the most important issue is having to order the item yourself. There's a very specific way the forwarder asks you to input the address, so if you manage to screw this part up, you may have just wasted a couple of $100s on a purchase you'll never get your hands on. For the Japanese Pokemon website, I had to set up an account first, go through the order form, and put my own payment in. Quick note, some Japanese stores may not accept foreign credit cards, so there was a chance for me to fail at this step of the process. Luckily, after I submitted the form, it said order accepted in the order history. All I have to do now is wait for the package to arrive at the forwarder before I can ask them to send it to me, and then get hit with duties. I honestly would never use package forwarding now that there are so many proxy services to choose from, but given the circumstances of pre-order limits, there really wasn't a choice. Proxies can also be hard to work with for goods that have a limited time or quantity to order, as it can take up to 3 business days from the start of your quest to payment, and potentially another day or 2 for them to make the order. Once you make the order, you're pretty much stuck with whatever shipping costs they throw at you. Funny enough, some even give an option for them to throw the package into the trash. Maybe all this hassle isn't worth it for you and you'd much rather buy from a local reseller at a higher price. The reseller may even offer a cheaper price compared to all the additional costs that proxies and forwarders charge, plus shipping and duties. Actually, if you're just a casual collector, it may be the cheapest option to just buy singles of cards. You know me. If you like watching this video, check out this one about how you can commission Japanese artists. Or check this one that's recommended for you.